Good morning to all. I am Rajaprabha, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Hindustan Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. Here we are going to discuss a topic of soft computing. What is mean by soft computing? You all already know about soft computing. Now we are going to discuss about the advantages, disadvantages, applications, techniques, and properties, and what are the stages or variants of computing? First of all, soft computing is defined as a group of computational techniques that is based on artificial intelligence and natural selection. It provides quick and cost effective solution to a very complex problem. It is an approach where we communicate or compute the solutions to the existing problems, where the output results may be imprecise or it may be fuzzy in nature. One of the most future of the soft computing is it should be adaptive. According to the environment, it can be changed, but the effect it does not affect the present process. This is mean by soft computing. Here, it is used intellectually where the solutions in polynomial time and it remains intractable to conventional or mathematical and the analytical methods. Here, this soft computing deals with imprecision, uncertainty, partial truth, and the approximation to achieve the predictability, robustness, and low solution cost. Now, next we are going to discuss about the techniques. What are the basic techniques that is involved in soft computing? First, the technique is evolutionary computation technique. It is a technique or a class of method that uses the biological evolution that inspired in each and every mechanism to solve a problem. We often use this technique in machine learning, optimization, and parameter adjustments. Some of the examples of the evolutionary computation technique is genetic programming, genetic algorithms, evolutionary strategies, and differential evaluation. First, what is genetic programming? It is a field to build the programs and to solve the problems that is present in the system. Next, what is genetic algorithm? It is a technique that uses potential solutions for each and every problems. Next is evolutionary algorithm. It is a subset of this computational technique. Because why we are saying this, it is a computational technique means it is inspired by the biological evaluation such as reproduction, mutation, recombination, natural selection, and the survival of the fittest. In all these sectors it is the best, so we are saying this as evolutionary algorithm. Next is evaluation strategies. Here it is a type of this evaluation computational algorithm. It learns the mutation strength during each and every process of the evaluation. Last is the differential evaluation. That is means it is a method that performs well in the continuous global search problems. So these are all the examples for the evolutionary computation techniques. Next is swarm intelligent technique. Here it is a technique that are computational in method that uses collective behavior of a decentralized system to solve even a complex problem. They are mainly inspired by natural systems like bird flocking and ant foraging. Here are some basic examples. Now we are going to see about the examples of the swarm intelligent techniques. First example is PSO, that is particle swarm optimization. It is a population based meta heuristic algorithm that improves the iterations of the problems and ignores the problems and then gives the solution for us. Next is ant colony optimization. It is a popular example of the SI algorithm. Here, SI is nothing but swarm intelligent technique. Next is cuckoo search. It is also a technique used to find the informative genes of the problem. Next, shuffled frog leaping. It can be used to find the informative genes that is present in the SI technique. Next is shuffled frog leaping with Levy flight. That is, it can be used to find the informative genes present in the previous sectors. These are all the famous examples of the swarm intelligent technique. Next, we are going to see the topic that is overview of the soft computing techniques. Many of them will be known about the artificial intelligent neural networks, fuzzy logic, and genetic algorithm. Now, we are going to discuss the overview of all these processes that are present in the soft computing technique. First is artificial intelligence. It is a neural network that consists of a pool of simple processing units which can communicate by sending signals to each other over a large number of weighted connections. It is also a method of major aspects of a parallel distributed model. Next of it is a set of process units, that is we are mentioning the units as a cells. Next, it's a state of activation for each and every unit, which is equivalent to the output of the previous unit. Here, the connections between the units, that is, each and every connection will be defined as a weight. We mention the process as weight. Next, a propagation rule which determines the effective input of a unit from its internal inputs. And then activation function. These are all the basic process of the artificial neural networks. Now, it determines the new levels of activation, that is based on the effective input and the current activation. Next, it attains the external input for each and every unit. It is a method for gathering information. It is an environment within which the system must operate or provide input to the signals, and it correct the errors that are present in the signals. Why we are using the artificial intelligence? Here, many of them know what is artificial intelligence. Next, we are going to discuss about why we are using the artificial intelligence. There are two basic reasons why we are using the artificial neural network. First one is from technical viewpoint, second one is from the biological viewpoint. In technical viewpoint, some character recognition or prediction of the future stages in the system, it may occur. So it how it occurs? It occurs due to the parallel and the adaptive processing that are present in the system. So we are using the artificial neural network. Next is from the biological point of view. From the biological point of view, it can be used to replicate the replicate and stimulate the components of the human brain. That is from giving insight of the brain and occurring the natural information processing, what are the stages that occurs inside the brain. These For these two processes we are using the artificial neural networks. Next is how does it works. It is it, it works either during a hardware implementation or while a computer program that strives to stimulate the information processing capabilities of the biological example. That is, these are all typically composed of a great number of interconnection artificial neurons inside our brain. Here, the artificial neurons are simplified models. of their biological counterparts. That is, it is a technique for solving the problems by constructing the software that works like our brain. Next topic is advantages of the artificial neural network. Here it consists of four types, that is adaptive learning, self-organization, real-time operation, fault tolerance through redundant information coding. First, from adaptive learning, it is based on data, that is training the data. Next is self-organization, that it creates own representation of information while receiving during the training process. Next, real-time operation. Real-time operation is the computation that carried in the parallel process that may be designed and manufactured. Next, fault tolerance through redundant information coding. That is the parallel destruction that leads to corresponding degradation of the performance. Some network capabilities may not be retained due to any of the network damage. So here we are saying it as a fault tolerance. These are the advantages of the artificial neural networks. Next is disadvantages of the artificial neural networks. Here we see some disadvantages, as it may be dependent on the hardware, or the functionality of the human brain may be similar, or it may difficult to understand the problem statement. Next is it is not reliable to ANN, that is artificial neural network. These are the disadvantages that are all present in the artificial neural network. Next is multidisciplinary view of artificial neural networks. In neural networks, what are the process or we are doing, that we are going to see of a multidisciplinary view. Here, the neural network surrounds of these types of views. First one is computer science, artificial intelligence. Next, through the mathematical process, that is from the approximation theory or optimization. Next, in physics, like statistical physics or dynamical systems. In engineering, we are seeing as an image or signal processing, or to control the theory robotics. The same as in economics and finance, it is during the data mining or time series. Next is from the physiology, linguistics, cognitive psychology, and last is the neurobiology. These are the multidisciplinary view of the artificial neural networks. Next, we are going to discuss some points about the fuzzy logic. Everyone knows about the fuzzy logic. Now we are going to see what is fuzzy logic. First, First, we are going to see about what is fuzzy logic. It is an algorithm used to solve the models which are based on the logical imprecision, logical reasoning, like imprecisive, or it may be bad. It was introduced by Ladsy Zade in 1965. It provides the stimulated or stipulated truth value with a closed interval, that is 0, comma 1. 0 represents the false value, 1 represents the true value. From the point of in 1930, from the point of view of post Kleene and Lukasius, it attempted to represent the undetermined, unknown, and other possible intermediate truth values. The same in 1937, Max Black represented and suggested that the use of the consistency proverb represents, that is, the concept represents way. In 1965, Zade represented and proposed a complete theory of fuzzy logic, that is, fuzzy sets, to represent and manipulate the ill defined concepts. Next, fuzzy logic is nothing but it is a mathematical logic which tries to solve the problems with an open and imprecise spectrum of the data. The term fuzzy It refers to things that is not clear to us. Next, in the real world problems, many times in many situations we cannot determine the weather. It may be true or false. That is, it may be one or zero. So the fuzzy logic provides very valuable flexibility for reasoning the process. It is basically designed to achieve the best solution to complex problems from all the available information and the input data. Next is the architecture of the fuzzy logic. Here it is the architecture. Rule based represents the it contains a set of rules and if then conditions that is provided by the experts to govern the decision making system. It is based on the linguistic information. In most of these developments, it reduces the number of fuzzy sets. So here we use the rule base. From the input, we are first fuzzifying, then rule based technique is used. Here it rotates again the anti-clockwise or clockwise and defuzzifies. Here the inference engine works, and then last final stage we get the output. How falsification works? It is what is the process? It is used to convert the inputs, that is crisp inputs. Here we represent the inputs for falsification, or that is falsifier, as crisp input. The crisp input is nothing but it produces the exact input that is measured by the sensors, and it passed into the control system for processing, like such as we can take it as a weather, temperature, or pressure. Exact this may be the example for the falsifier. Next process is inference engine. It determines the matching degree of the current fuzzy input. It may be rules regarding to each and every rule, and it decides which rule it want to be uh, fired according to the input field. So here we use the inference engine. Last process is defuzzification, that is defuzzifier. It is used to convert the fuzzy sets obtained by the inference engine into a crisp value. The value may be regarding to any of its methods. The methods will be available, and it may be used to for an specific expert system to reduce what are the errors that are occurring in the system, and then we finally get the output. This is the whole architecture of the fuzzy logic. Next, regarding to the architecture, here we use the two process, that is linguistic variable and the reasoning method. Linguistic variable is it gives a language, and it can which can be translated through our qualitative domain knowledge. This variables is used to model the dynamic systems. It is characterized by a label and a meaning. Here, label is a sentence generated from the system. A meaning is nothing but a membership function that is determined by a local semantic procedure. Next is by reasoning method. Reasoning method is interpreted as an elastic constraint on its value. The constraints are propagated by the fuzzy inference operations, that is based on the generalized models. Next here we use two process, that is FL controller and knowledge base. FL controller means it applies the reasoning system to the knowledge base. The knowledge base contains the problem domain. Here, the outcome will be as a membership distribution for the each and every output space, which gets defussified to produce a crisp output, that is a actual output to the system. Here are some examples we use for where we use fuzzy logic. First example is foam deduction. Second one is imbalance compensation. Third one is water level adjustment. In foam deduction, it is compensated by a cycle, additional cycle. In imbalance compensation, it is used due to imbalance that is to calculate the maximum possible speed. Last one is water level adjustments. In water level adjustments, it adapts the water. For example, we can take it a washing machine. In washing machine, what are the process we are doing? We mention it here. We mention it as a water level adjustment. Next topic is applications of the fuzzy logic. Here we use in aerospace, automotive engines, business, defense, electronics, finance, industrial sector, manufacturing, marine, medical, securities, transportation, pattern recognition, and classification. Last from psychology. These are the basic applications. In aerospace, we use uh, to control the spacecraft, satellite altitude control, flow and mixture regulation. In automotive, we use these fuzzy systems to control the ideal speed. Then shift the scheduling method for automatic transmission. Intelligent highway systems in traffic controls. Next, in improving the efficiency of the automatic transmissions. In business, we use fuzzy logic in decision making and personal evaluation in a large company. In defense, we use for the underwater target recognition, control of a hypervelocity interceptor, naval decision support aids, automatic target recognition of thermal infrared images. In electronics, we used to control the automatic exposure in video cameras, air conditioning systems, washing machine timing, as I have mentioned above, microwave ovens, vacuum cleaners. In finance, it is used in fund management, stock market predictions. In industrial sector, it is used in the in industrial sectors, it is used to control the constraint satisfaction problems in the structural design of the system, to control the water purification plants. Next, to cement the client controls of the heat exchanger control. In manufacturing, we use this fuzzy logic of in optimization of cheese production, optimization of milk production. In marine, autopilot for ships, ship steering, control of autonomous underwater vehicles. In medical, we use this fuzzy logic for medical diagnostic support system, control of arterial pressure during the anesthesia, multi-variable controls of anesthesia, radiology diagnosis, and modeling of neuropathological findings in the uh, patient sectors. Next, in security levels, here we use for decision systems for security trading and various security applications. In transportation, we use this for the automatic underground train operation, train schedule control, railway acceleration, braking and stopping. Next, in pattern recognition and classification, we use this fuzzy logic for handwriting recognition, speech recognition, facial characteristic analysis, command analysis, and image search. In psychology, we use this process based on the analysis of the human behavior, criminal investigation, and prevention based on the fuzzy logical reasoning. These are the basic applications of fuzzy logic. Next, the advantages. It is quite simple, very efficient, easy to understand, to handle imprecise data, easy to modify, used for many purposes. It can be inexpensive in sensors. It requires less storage space. Next, the disadvantages. Here, the disadvantages is ambiguity, systematic approach, accuracy, speed in testing, rules, learning, expert knowledge, machine learning, multi, multiple solutions, and complexity. Next topic is genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm was introduced by Professor John Holland in 1965. It is used to solve the problems. It is used to solve the problems based on the principles of the natural selection that comes under the evolutionary algorithms. It is used. They are used to for the optimization problems like maximization, minimization of objects and functions. Here, which it consists of two types. First one is anti-colony optimization and swarm particle optimization. Here, genetic algorithm is a type of computational optimization technique. It is inspired by the principles of natural selection and genetics. They are used to solve the complex problems, that is the problem process of evaluation to improve a population of potential solutions iteratively. It can operate on a set of candidate solutions encoded as a strings of binary digits, that is zeros and ones, or other data structures. Next is steps involved in genetic algorithm. Yeah, it consists of three steps. First one is initialization, selection, reproduction with the crossover and mutation. Why we are using genetic algorithm? How we are using genetic algorithm? First, we are encoding the problems, that is finding the problems and encoding the solutions, initializing, evaluating, selecting, crossover, mutation, termination, and then final we are giving the solution for all these, each and every process we are using genetic algorithm, and it works by step process. Next topic is applications of the genetic algorithm. Here are some basic applications of genetic algorithm. First one is optimization problems. Second one, combinational optimization. Third one is machine learning. Fourth one is evolutionary robotics. Fifth one, image and signal processing. Sixth one is financial modeling. First one, optimization problem. The aim is to find the best solution among a large set of possibilities. Here, these problems may include the mathematical functions, parameters, resource allocation. Maybe occur in any of the problem. So it explores the solution by enabling the evaluation how the genetic operator uses in the process of selection, crossover, and then finally it produces a solution for us. Next application is combinational optimization. It is involves finding the best arrangement or combination of elements for a finite set. Then third one is the machine learning. Machine learning is here, it particularly optimizes the configuration and parameters of the each and every models. It is used to optimize the hyperparameters according to its rates and its parameters. And the fourth one is evolutionary robotics. It involves evolving the robot behavior and control strategies. And it controls the parameters or policies as chromosomes. Fifth one is image and signal processing. It includes the image reconstruction, denoising, feature extraction, and pattern recognition. In all these stages, these genetic algorithm is applied. Sixth one is financial modeling. Here, it produces a portfolio optimization and risk management task and optimize the allocation of assets in the portfolio and how to minimize and return the risk that involved in the problem. These are the basic applications of the genetic algorithm. Next is advantages. It is low in cost, adaptability, robustness, tractability, system analysis, decision support, computational resources, and interpretability. Next topic is the disadvantages of genetic algorithm. Here, the basic disadvantages is hardware limitation, lack of backing, standard classification system, and it gives an approximate output value. If a smaller error occurs, it uses the entire system to stop the bug. Next is the properties of soft computing. Here it is used derive their power to for the generalization from approximating or interpolating to produce the output. Then generalization. These are the properties of soft computing. In Next is applications of soft computing. These are the basic applications in we are using in handwriting recognition, image processing and data compression, automotive systems and manufacturing, soft computing to architecture, decision support systems, soft computing to power systems, neuro fuzzy systems, fuzzy logic control, machine learning applications, speech and vision recognition systems, process control systems. In control systems of computing applications or we are using in home appliances, heavy industries, automotive systems and spacecrafts. In business sectors, we are using for customer trade, targeting, sequencing, scheduling, optimizing the projects, and knowledge based. The same as in analysis, hospital state production, TV commercial slot evaluation, address matching, and fuzzy cluster analysis. Next in multi criteria optimization. Next, in the finance sectors, we are using in fuzzy scoring for mortgaging in C, and that is credit worthiness assessment, enhanced scorecard for lease risk assessment, risk profile analysis, supply optimization, exchange trading surveillance and classification. In with the some applications also we are using soft computing, that is in statistics, social sciences, behavioral sciences, robotics and biological medicine. I think overall we have covered the process of the soft computing, that is by the overview. What are the techniques we are using and applications in various part of applications, how we are using soft computing, how it is used in genetic algorithm, how it is used, and in uh, artificial neural networks, how it is used, and in finally fuzzy logic, how soft computing is. These are all the techniques of the soft computing. I think you may understand what are the process we are using and how soft computing works and what is soft computing. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.